Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show, and it's time for your Leeds versus Tottenham Hotspur post-match chat. Plenty to go through, not least, obviously, chatter of Bielsa and whether or not he stays, and if he is the right man to finish this season at least and save us from relegation, because we are certainly in that fight now. For weeks, I said we would be fine. I still believe that to be the case, and that is also with Bielsa in charge. That is just my prerogative. That is my opinion, and I am entitled to it. Call me whatever you want under the sun. I do not care for it. Okay? Deluded, whatever you want is what it is. I'm there week in, week out. I support them, and I believe that he will, or at least deserves, the chance to put this right. I'm not accepting the results, okay? For us to concede 20 goals in a calendar month, a new record, okay? 5 games, at the minute, I said it during the game to my pals, they'll tell you, we're a bit of a laughing stock with the whipping boys. The rest of the division's creasing, okay? They are, and it hurts, it hurts. That game today was not nice. Was not nice. The atmosphere, not nice. People are fed up, rightly so, myself included. There was audible boos. And at half time, I'm like, I don't know where we go from here, lads, I don't know where we go, because I love Bielsa, and, there's a little part of me as well, because I said, if this guy brings on Tyler Roberts, I wouldn't be surprised if this screams if you don't know what you're doing. And I understand it. I would understand it. But, I still believe, after what I've seen come before, that he's the right man to get us through this sticky patch. Now, we have to remember that we have come up against, Manchester United, Liverpool and Spurs, 3 top sides, conceded a lot of goals. Obviously, we get spanked by Everton and that. And I know it's easy to throw out, well, what are the other teams doing? Because this is the frustrating thing is Burnley beat Spurs. Watford have just drawn with Manchester United. Norwich, you could argue, gave Liverpool a bit of a game. They went in front for a period of time. They scored a goal. So you would think everything that I'm saying, I'm like, this guy's not for us. But I can only go on what I've seen in the past. And maybe it is blind faith, blind loyalty. And I keep getting reminded this isn't Bielsa United, Joe. This is Leeds United, which is a fair shout as well. I have to take that on board. Of course, it's my club, but I do love the man. I do. He tried to change today. I said in the lead up to the game, I would like a more defensive approach in midfield. I said I would drop Rodrigo and Click, and I would use Dallas, Forshaw and Koch to just give us a little bit more solidity. Didn't work. It did not work. Bielsa alluded to that fact that he'd made them changes on that basis, really. But it didn't work, and then changes were made at half time. Obviously, Rodrigo and Click come on, but neither really did anything. The game was gone. The game was gone. I'm sick to the back teeth of us performing for a period of time and then going behind. 10 minutes we were when Doherty scored. Far too easy, that goal. To go from Sessegnon to Matt Doherty, and for them to be 1-0 up after 10 minutes, And we did have chances. Strauch had a chance not long before it from a corner. This is the frustrating thing. We created so many chances today in both halves. Dallas missed the sitter. Shocker. There's some still images of that. It is brutal how he's missed that chance. James missed gilt-edged chance. We've hit the woodwork from a set piece from Rafinha. We've hit the woodwork from Robin Koch. So many chances. We have no luck. The confidence in the players is shot. And everything's going against us. We're not getting the rub of the green. And when you're up against better opposition, they'll take their chances. And Spurs did just that. I mean, we gifted them. I mean, the Kulusevski one, okay, on 15 minutes, bearing in mind we're 2 down after 15 minutes. That Kulusevski one, it's a good goal. It's a good finish. But he started off in the corner, man. Right in front of me. And Firpo, who was garbage, by the way, Firpo was up against him. I said, that's not allowed to happen. That should not be allowed to happen for Firpo to allow him to get to the position he found himself in, and then, you know, for it to go in the back of the net. There's an argument Llorente, Strauch, any of them really could have dispossessed him. Shouldn't be able to score from there. Llorente had a shocker today. Let Kane run off the back of him, obviously, for the third goal. Kane was always going to finish from there. You know, the fourth goal, I mean, to be honest, the Kane-Son connection, I expected. That was the main thing that worried me about this tie. And eventually it did come good. They scored from it. 85th minute, Heung-min Son. I think they break Drogba and Lampard's records for the most combinations. Them two are lethal. Surprised it took till the 85th minute for it to happen. Why do I think it's happening? Obviously, there is a stubbornness to Bielsa we're all aware of, for him to continue with his methods, but they've worked. They have worked in the past. They will work again. I do believe that. What do I put it down to? To be honest, I think the players are not good enough. And that pains me to say it, but I do say this, you know, technically they're not good enough. Dallas, you've got to score there. What I will say, Joffrey, fuck, man. You've got to play him. What are you doing? He's got to come on today, because if Joffrey's in Dallas's position, which he would have been, he scores that. Dallas basically wanted to walk it into the net. They're still there. I've seen Joffrey would have just dinked it in. See you later. 3-1. Right, let's go. And you just never know. But it wasn't to be the case. What's frustrating is Bielsa brought on Shackleton for Firpo. Now, this isn't any slant on Shackleton. But you're chasing a goal. And you bring on Shackleton. And you've got Gelhardt on the bench. You're not even bringing on Shackleton to play him in midfield. You're bringing him on to play him at right back. Not good. You know, I just think the whole team as well is bereft of any sort of confidence. Like, we had a free kick. Yeah, we had a free kick. And Rafinha decided to roll it back to Forshaw. Now, again, no disrespect to Adam Forshaw, but what is that about? Adam Forshaw does not score goals. He doesn't score goals. He certainly doesn't bend them in from outside the box. Click was on at that point. Dallas, I'm not saying either of them would have scored, but it's a much better option than Adam Forshaw. Or better still, just let Rafinha bend it in, who, by the way, again was rubbish. I will say that. Since he came back from Brazil, he's not been the same player. Not been the same player at all. Yet people will say, he's got to play. You can't drop him, all this sort of stuff, to have a go at Bielsa for it. But we can't carry passengers. And I think he's been rubbish. And of course, the rest of them, listen, Pascal Strauch's been gash. People hammer me saying, well, I seen someone comment the other day, as soon as you mentioned Cooper, I switched off. Trust me, Cooper, he's been missed. People are quick to say we miss Alioski, but they won't have it with Cooper. But we miss him. Of course, we missed that spine. Cooper, KP, Bamford. And that's why it's not working. And maybe you could argue he's been let down by the board, who, by the way, are probably looking at sacking him. But the squad needed to be churned. The quality isn't on the pitch. So when we're in this man-marking system, then battles are being won by the opposition. Now, that will change over these next few games. So hopefully, because truth be told, we only need like 2 wins or something, just to give us some breathing space. You don't have to win every game. Because, you know, like them that are down the bottom don't win all the time, if you know what I mean. I mean, it feels like they do at the minute. Burnley have got a point, which reduces the gap now to 18 to 2 points. You know, Watford got a point, but I'm not worried about not Watford and Norwich. It's that 18th spot. And as it stands, you know, it's us, it's Burnley, it's Everton, it's Brentford. Newcastle are gone now. Newcastle beat Brentford. I wanted them to. I feel that Brentford will get dragged in. So they're well in with it as well. We only need a couple of wins. Could that come against Leicester away, Watford, Norwich, all these games coming up? I just feel that with Bielsa, he's gotten us to where we are. We've just come through a very, very, very difficult patch. Admittedly, he's refused to switch it up and change his methods, and you could argue he's at fault for the thumpings we've got. We still would have lost the games, or may have lost the games, but not in the manner in which we have. I get all that. But you now give him that opportunity to right it wrong, you know, right the wrong against opposition we should be beating, or at least be competitive with. But that's why I'm not. Listen, it's such a difficult decision because I'm like, yo, we've got to give him that time. So, to be honest, I don't fucking know, but I feel he owes that. We owe him that. I owe him that. But like the club are in such a precarious position because it's like, do we push the button? Or do we keep faith and let him have these games? But if them games go wrong, then maybe it's too late. And then they push the button and then there's too little time for this new guy. This is the thing. It's a real catch-22 and it's a decision that I'm glad I'm not making because it could make or break us. You keep him, it could make us. You keep him, it could break us. You sack him, could make us. You sack him, could break us. This is the thing. It is really on a knife edge right now. I'd like to see him given the opportunity. I would. Till the end of the season, and then I think we probably will say goodbye, and it'd be a nice parting of the ways. You know? Don't want it to end like this. You know? Just some more bits on the game. I thought the referee had a shocker. So inconsistent. Last week, the referee didn't want to get his cards out on Sunday. You know? McTominay could have been sent off about 6 times. This week, he couldn't stop getting them out. Don't give him out for England's captain, though. Don't give him out for England's captain. Didn't give one to Højbjerg when we were on a counter-attack and he basically rugby tackled Rodrigo, I think it was. Joke. Of course, we ended up with the most, as per. Yeah, it felt a bit like Groundhog Day. That's how it feels at the minute, going to Ellen Road. Travelling down. You know, same crack with me and Sean, getting there. You know, getting us, maybe, you just never know. Oh, we've started well here. We've created a few chances. Boom, goal. 1 down. Game over now. Game over. And it is getting like Groundhog Day. You know, it is. It is. And we just, again, made it too easy, you know. Made it too easy. But we did create, we did have chances. But you've got to be clinical. And we're not. We're not at this minute in time. And I put that down to personnel, to players that we have and that need to improve. You know, but then again, you know, they're on the bench. Joffrey finishes a lot of these. Why is he not playing? But this is what I'd like to see. Yeah, we're wedded to the system and wedded to Bielsa. Just change some personnel. When I said shuffled the pack, I meant shuffled the pack. Dallas and Forshaw midfield, it didn't work, but it was also adding Gelhardt. If you like Shackleton, play him. Play him at right back. Because Ailing's not been great. You know? Somerville, play him on a wing. I'd argue, for me, I thought Harrison was better in the first half, and I'd have took James off, but I don't know. I just don't know. And this is why Marcelo Bielsa paid the big bucks. But I want him to stay. But it's like I've said, it's such a difficult decision. Like knife edge stuff. Because you sack him. Jesse Marsh comes in. What if he can't get a tune out of him? We go down. You stick with him, he turns it round. But you stick with him, he might not. And then it becomes too late. It genuinely is that moment. And that's why this could make or break Radrizzani's tenure. This right here, right now. I've seen people proper hammering them. Don't get it. Okay, they should have backed, they should have done this. But we're in the Premier League because of Radrizzani. We got Bielsa, who everyone idolises, regardless of if you think he's the right man now. You still idolise him, or did for a period of time. They gave us him. No other chairman or group of people are getting him in the door, or even that ambitious to do it. They're getting, like Steve Evans tells us, your Mick McCarthy's, your Steve Bruce's. You know, when he said it on that interview, that's what they're going for. Radrizzani and co didn't do that. I think they're being given a very, very big disservice, to be honest, when I see it. I do. Honestly, it's quite... I'm like, really? You do realise Chilino's, and before that was Bates, right? And GFH. You just do realise that. I don't know. Maybe not so. But yeah, I think they've done a fantastic job personally. And if he sells us, then, I mean, yeah, he's made a lot of money, but sold us ideally in the Premier League next season. Happy days. Move on. You know what I mean? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. That's the thing. I feel like I'm a walking, talking contradiction, and that's what's going on in my head. Because 1 minute I'm this way, 1 minute I'm that way. It's really difficult, isn't it? Because we are on a knife edge. The club is on a knife edge. In terms of staying up, staying down. But you don't know which decision is going to change it. I'd like to see him stay and turn it around. At least be given these next few games. For sure. For sure be given these next few games. Because in a week's time, we've got Leicester. In a week's time, we've got Leicester away, who haven't won. That tells you what you need to know. But then we've got Villa at home. We've got Norwich at home. There's 3 games that we can get. Like, we could get 7 points. Then we're happy days. We're away. Do you know what I mean? We are. There's gaps. You know? Then Wolves, Southampton, Watford. I mean, the running's brutal. Can't lie. But, yeah, we need to put ourselves, I don't know, in the best position to do it. Who is that? Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm in pain. I don't like it. It's a long post-match, this. Listen, subscribe to the channel and get your notifications on, because if there's any sort of changes, any sort of developments, I will go live at the drop of a hat, okay? So make sure you check out that. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Let me know your thoughts, okay? Pro, con, bad, good, whatever. Let me know them, and I'll try to reply, or at least love them, or down them, or up them. I don't know where my head is right now. But listen, thanks as always for watching. I'm rambling. I'm going to leave it there. Peace out. Leeds.